Hello again. This video is going to be about bolt action, specifically airplanes. I like my little airplanes, got loads. For every force I've got, I've definitely got an aircraft to go with it. Even my Italians, even though it's a tank army and I don't have a spotter, I've still got an airplane for some reason. I'll probably get an infantry force sometime, and yeah, definitely get an air observer. I prefer them to artillery observers. Yes, they're not as powerful, and yes, they are just as dodgy if you roll that one. Even more dodgy actually, because your aircraft can attack you, whereas with artillery now it only moves, I think it's up to 12 inches away from the intended target. It's, you know, it's one of the key elements in my interest in bolt action is the random side to it, and nothing's more random than hearing an airplane engine and oh my god, is that a Stuka or is it a Tempest, you know. So yeah, I'll show you a couple of my aircraft. The first is a die-cast metal model. Came as a whole. I think I had to yes, I had to glue the wheels back in, which was a bit of a pain. Came with its stand, nice stand, which they use as stands for other kits that don't have stands, so you'll often see something, if you play against me, you'll see something on a, you know, Focke-Wulf stand, and it's not Focke-Wulf. Stuff like that. I got that from Monk Bar Models in York. Great little shop. Loads of stuff. Not a great deal. Well, no bolt action at all actually. They did have some of the Italeri 156 stuff, infantry, but I think I cleaned them out of that. I don't think they got any more back in. I haven't been for a while, tell the truth. I might pop down during the week for free. Like a nice trip to York, plenty of places. Yeah, if you're ever in York, head for Monk Bar, check out the Richard III Museum's right next to it, and then yeah, just pop in the shop. Lots of training there. They do a lot of trains, army stuff, so it's a little bit small for bolt action, but you know, trees can be any size, hedges and stuff like that, get away with. They do a large selection of airfix kits as well, Italeri Revel kits. Lots of the Eastern Europeans that are coming on the market, or have been for a few years now actually. They can be good. Some of them are a bit flimsy, plastic's a bit thin. Excuse me. So yeah, get yourself there. Get yourself an airplane. As I say, if you don't get the die-cast metal, come as it is, check on the glass cabinets where you'll see these kind of things. You can pay ridiculous money, as in 40-50 quid for something a little bit larger, or even I've seen Spitfires and Messerschmitts for about 30 quid. Yeah, you don't really need to pay that much. That it won't be more than 12 quid. I've got a few others as well. I've got a Devatine D250, MA109, Paul Defiant. I've got Hawker Demon for my East Africans. I've got a few others as metal die cast with plastic bits attached, and I won't have paid more than £12–13 for each of them. And they come as they, like I say, as they are. You don't need to do anything to them, so no paint time, no sticking decals. Paint job's alright. Yeah, paint job's quite good actually. It's a lot better than mine is. And then there's the other end of the air power bracket. kits. 1/72 is the way pretty much everybody goes for aircraft scale in bolt action. 148 or 156 will be far too big. It's okay doing that for 156 for things like my desert terrain. That's actually 148, and it's going to be a little bit too big for the soldiers, but it'll do. It'll be okay. And I don't think I've ever seen 156 scale in any aircraft. So yeah, 1/72, you can put it on a little stand, place it on the table, and for game purposes, it does the job. Like I say, the kit forms you pay a little bit cheaper than you probably pay about anywhere from 6 to 10 quid for bog standard Airfix kit. A couple of quid extra if you want the paints and the glue with them, maybe. You can get some nice deals online. There's an online company I use quite regular called Wonderland Models. I get a lot of the 1/72 scale tanks from them. And yeah, cheap kits as well. We've got a sale on right now, I think, as well. I think it's 30% off certain kits. So yeah, get yourself a kit. I'm sure, well, I was about to say, I'm sure all of us have done an Airfix kit at some time in our lives when we were young. But yeah, show me age now, because kids these days, you know, if you built a Storm Raven, then yeah, go out and buy an Airfix kit for your bolt action army. You know, they're a lot easier, put it that way, put together and paint and stuff. That kit, nice little port edge, 2 engines, fighter bomber, for the French, obviously. Quite like the other side, too. Yeah. Very early war. Probably used by the Germans after as well. I think they did, yeah. I don't have a French army at the moment. And I say at the moment. I haven't ordered one yet. I say yet as well. So, watch your space for Le Français. I'm looking at the Dragon Portage, who are the motorcycle troops for the French. Oh, they look very nice. I can't remember which firm does them now though. I will definitely have a shout out. I saw it in a magazine. I can't remember the magazine name now. But I'll definitely be investing in some of those. You know, my next bolt action army after the US paratroopers, US Marines, and maybe Italian, and more a very British Civil War. But after all those, yeah, French, 1940. So yeah, that's it for air power. As I say, I prefer them to artillery. It's more random. It can be more devastating to you, but you know, when you target that tank and you roll and you get a dedicated ground attack aircraft, yeah, boom time, brilliant. And then sometimes if you roll for a fighter, you know, you can deal out lots of pain as well, especially if it's an open top soft skin vehicle and you target them. Not so much good against tanks because played against Pete, as I mentioned a few days back. I targeted his BA-10 armoured car. He's got fins, so BA-10 armoured car. And the way it's worded in the book that you get 2d6 hits with +2 pen to the rolls, but it was only for infantry, artillery, soft skin vehicles. It didn't actually mention armour anywhere. So we played it where I got the 2d6 hits, but I didn't get the +2 pen. So I'm hoping we played it wrong, and in the future I do get the +2 pen. But if that's the way to play it, then that's the way to play it. If we played it wrong, even if we played it right, then let us know. We've asked a few people and they've said, they've said, oh yeah, you get the pen value. And we've asked some more people. Well, I've asked some more people, and they've also said, oh no, you don't get the pen. The way it's worded, it's only for the ground attack aircraft and the fighter bomber that you get a pen value. So there you go. There you have it. And there you do have it. There's air power in bolt action, kind of. Get yourself some kits. Get yourself a little observer, and yeah, have some fun. That's what it's all about. Yeah.